Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we're going to talk about a movie that is very near and dear to my heart. It is the 80s martial arts action classic, American Ninja. This is a new Blu-ray release from Kino Lorber. It stars Michael Dudikoff as the American Ninja. It also stars Steve James, Judy Aronson, and Don Stewart. It's directed by Sam Furstenberg. This movie, it's really started... It planted the seed for me for action and martial arts movies. When I would come home from school in New Jersey, there was a New York station called WPIX Channel 11. It's still there. And they would run this movie all the time. And I was watching cartoons, and then they showed a little trailer like, tonight, our movie of the night is American Ninja. And it just kind of captured me. I'm like, that could be pretty cool. So I made sure to tune in that night. And I was mesmerized, and I was locked in the entire time. Even during commercials, I was, just glued in. I did not leave my seat. I didn't want to miss a minute. And it just blew me away. And WPIX Channel 11, they ran this movie all the time. It was like TBS and the Beastmaster. Pretty much multiple times a week, just all the time. So I told my friends about it, and then all they had to do was cut on Channel 11 one day, and it was going to turn up sooner or later. It wouldn't be long, and it did. And they liked it too, and that planted the seed for all of us, our little crew in the neighborhood. We all loved American Ninja, and, whenever we were channel surfing, we'd stop and watch it, and my friends even got a VHS copy of it, and we wore that thing out. So, this movie really planted the seed for me for martial arts movies. Really the first one I saw. And then when I discovered Jean-Claude Van Damme, I dove even further into the genre. But this movie has had a lot of iterations on home video. I got a VHS copy when I first started collecting movies. My mom got me a VHS copy for Christmas that I have right here. Still plays. And I had that for many years. I never did pick up a DVD for whatever reason. And then a friend of mine got me a martial arts combo pack. MGM made several martial arts movies back in the day. And there was a combo pack. And I had a copy of American Ninja on here. And I would watch that. And Olive Films, which unfortunately went out of business, they put out the American Ninja movies on Blu-ray. And I only picked up American Ninja 4 on Blu-ray because I just had other watchable copies of the other American Ninja films. But since I've gotten deeper into collecting in more recent years, and I have a 4K TV and a 4K player now, and classic movies I will upgrade when the situation calls for it. And this movie, as you now know, is very dear to me, so I was going to get an upgrade for this one. Now, I can't say if this picture and audio is better than the Olive Films one. It's a Blu-ray still, and it came from the same MGM source, so maybe the encoding's a little bit better, but probably not enough to justify upgrading. But in my situation, I think it does justify it. Now, let's get into the plot of the movie. I have talked about this movie before, and went over a little bit, but the plot here is Joe Armstrong was this orphan who doesn't remember his childhood, but he knows martial arts. He is a ninja master, and he's in the military, and a convoy gets hijacked, and he breaks it up, and he uses his skills. And Victor Ortega has a guy named the Black Star Ninja, played by Tadashi Yamashita. I think I'm pronouncing. Let's see, where does it say here? Yeah, Tadashi Yamashita, and he plays a Black Star Ninja, and he works for Don Stewart's character, Victor Ortega, and he runs the ninjas for him to protect. He's basically an arms dealer on a plantation in this island, and so he wants to set up a big business deal, and then Joe Armstrong, the American Ninja, Michael Dudikoff's character, thwarts that, and they become worried about him. They're like, this man has special skills, so they try to stop him. And since he's kind of a loner and isn't very sociable at first, he doesn't take too well to the army, and Steve James' character, Curtis Jackson, they fight, but Joe defeats him, and they become fast friends after that. And Michael Dudikoff and Steve James' chemistry really clicks really well, and they work together in future movies, American Ninja 2 and Avenging Force, and their chemistry, it just really works. They were a great team. And Judy Arison plays Patricia, the Colonel's daughter, and his love interest, and she does a great job. And their chemistry is pretty solid too. And so, as he's trying to get acclimated to his new setting, Joe finds out about his past, meets kind of his father figure, played by John Fujiaka, and he learns that he was a ninja and he must fulfill his destiny and stop this arms deal. And there's some corruption in the army, and he has to stop all that. And there's lots of different fight scenes, and Joe Armstrong takes on a lot of different ninjas. So there's lots of great martial arts action here. It really blew me away. This is a Canon Films classic. The Golden Globus team worked together put together so many movies, and this is one of them, and it's, just a great movie. Now, let's talk about the audio and picture quality. The picture quality here, what I noticed was the color red really popped a lot, like the red ninjas, and Patricia had on a red shirt, and it really shines on this release. And the textures on the clothing too. The Black Star Ninja, his mask, it had textures that I didn't notice in previous releases that I hadn't seen before, so that popped in. And Patricia, another scene, she had on a dress, and it had different textures. The material, you could see it much more clearly. And I think the best one, which I never noticed, I've seen this movie who knows how many times, I lost count years ago. There's a time with the military police where Joe escapes, and they think he killed some of the MPs, and they shine a light when some more MPs come for reinforcements, and they shine a light, and one of the characters goes, "Oh my God," and you really can't see what happened because it's just, it's so dark and you can't see anything. But with this release, you can see what happened. Now there's an officer down with a ninja star in his head, and I never knew that. I was like, oh my God, I just thought they didn't show it or whatever, but now you see it clearly with this. So the picture quality, if you don't have the Olive Films release, definitely get this one. The audio here was really good too. You could hear the punches, and the background chatter was real noticeable too. And the sound mix is really good. You hear dialogue, but you hear the music and everything. It's very seamless. But the background chatter was much more noticeable here and gave you an extra feel for the movie. And the two previous versions of the movie I have were in the 1:33 aspect ratio. This one's in 185, so you get to see a little bit more here. So it was a real treat to watch this last night. So if you're a collector and this movie is near and dear to you, if you have the Olive Films Blu-ray, you're probably fine. But if you're like me or have never seen this movie before, this release from Kino Lorber is a good way to go. Some of the special features were ported over from the Olive Films release. I think pretty much all of them. One of them is new, I believe. But the audio commentary by director Sam Furstenberg and stunt coordinator Stephen Lambert, who recently passed, he's no longer with us. He was a big part of this movie and a lot of martial arts movies. And an audio commentary by director Sam Furstenberg, moderated by filmmaker, editor Elijah Drenner, and Rumble in the Jungle, The Making of American Ninja, and a theatrical trailer. The Rumble in the Jungle, The Making of American Ninja, that was ported over from Olive Films, I know, because it said there on the credits. And I think the audio commentary by Sam Furstenberg and the filmmaker Elijah Drenner, I think that's new. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, please. But this movie, if you're new to martial arts movies, or you're going back and discovering these gems, like these older action movies, this is definitely one to check out. It was definitely a classic for its time, and it's the bestest look to me. So let me know in the comments, are you going to pick this up? What do you think of the other American Ninja movies? Do you think Kino Lorber will put out 3 and 4? Let me know any of those in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care till next time.